What if I told you that a single point on the inside of your wrist, pressed gently for 30 seconds, could help restore something you thought was gone for good? I know how that sounds. Maybe too simple, maybe too good to be true. But stay with me, because this is rooted in thousands of years of medical tradition, now backed by modern vascular research, and I have seen it change lives in my clinic. Gentlemen, let me ask you something personal. Do you remember a time when you would wake up in the morning and your body just responded naturally? That firm, reliable signal that everything was working the way it should? And now maybe it has been months, maybe years, and you have started to wonder if that part of your life is simply over. If that sounds familiar, stay right here, because what I am about to share is not just a pressure point. It is a gateway to understanding why your body stopped sending that signal and how to help it start again. I am Dr. Fiona Gray, a urologist with over 12 years of experience helping men take charge of their sexual and overall health. I have sat across from thousands of men, many in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who believed that morning erections were a young man's luxury. And time after time, I have watched simple, natural interventions restore what they believed was permanently lost. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that like button and drop a comment telling me where you are watching from today. Your comment helps this video reach other men who need to hear this but might never search for it on their own. Here is the thing most men do not understand. A morning erection is not just about sex. It is a vital sign. It is your body telling you that your cardiovascular system is healthy, your nervous system is functioning, and your hormones are balanced. When those morning erections disappear, your body is sending a warning. Blood flow is compromised. The endothelial lining inside your blood vessels is not producing enough nitric oxide. The smooth muscle tissue in your penile arteries is stiffening. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. When you are young, those hoses are soft, flexible, wide open. After 50, they harden, they narrow. The signal that used to open them, nitric oxide, is produced in smaller and smaller amounts. So even when your brain sends the signal during sleep, the plumbing cannot keep up. That is not a failure of desire. That is a circulation problem. And circulation problems can be addressed. That is where this pressure point comes in. And I want to walk you through 5 specific ways it helps restore your morning erections. And benefit number 4 is the one that surprises most of my patients. Benefit number 1, it triggers a surge of nitric oxide production. The point is called pericardium 6, or P6. It sits on the inside of your wrist, about 2 finger widths below the crease where your hand meets your forearm, right between the 2 tendons. When you apply steady, firm pressure to P6, it stimulates the vagus nerve and activates a parasympathetic response that increases nitric oxide release from your endothelial cells. Nitric oxide is the master molecule of erections. It tells the smooth muscle inside your penile arteries to relax and open wide. After 50, your natural production drops by nearly half. Every bit of support matters. Many men tell me they feel a sense of relief when they understand this, because the problem is not that they are broken. It is that a specific chemical pathway has slowed down, and there are real ways to support it. To do this correctly, use the thumb of your opposite hand. Press firmly, but not painfully, about the pressure you would use to press an elevator button. Hold for 30 seconds. You will feel a mild aching sensation. That means you have found the right spot. I remember Walter, 69, a retired firefighter. He said, "Dr. Gray, I have not had a morning erection in over 2 years. I feel like my body has given up on me." His blood work was decent, testosterone on the lower end of normal. I taught him the P6 technique, along with a simple evening routine. 3 weeks later, he called and said, "Doc, it happened." Tuesday morning. I just laid there smiling. His wife picked up the extension and said, "He is not exaggerating. Something is different." Benefit number 2, it calms the fight or flight response that is blocking your erections. You cannot achieve a strong erection when your body is in sympathetic overdrive. Erections are a parasympathetic event. They require your nervous system to be in a state of calm, safety, and deep relaxation. But after 50, most men are walking around in a state of low-grade stress activation all day, and they never fully stand down, even during sleep. Cortisol stays elevated. Blood vessels stay constricted. Your body is essentially standing guard around the clock. Pressing P6 activates the parasympathetic nervous system through the vagus nerve. It is like flipping a switch from alert to at ease. Your heart rate slows slightly, your breathing deepens naturally, and your blood vessels, including the ones that matter most for erections, begin to dilate and soften. Emotionally, many men describe chronic stress as feeling like they are carrying a weight they cannot put down. When you learn to activate your own parasympathetic response deliberately, you feel lighter, more present, more in control. And that presence translates directly into the bedroom. To maximize this benefit, press P6 on both wrists, 30 seconds each, twice a day. The evening session is especially important because it primes your nervous system for restorative sleep, which is exactly when morning erections are generated. Benefit number 3, it improves blood vessel flexibility. Research published in the Journal of Acupuncture and Meridian Studies has shown that consistent P6 stimulation improves what we call vascular compliance, how flexible and responsive your blood vessels are. Think of it like stretching a muscle. If you never stretch, it gets tight and stiff and resistant. Your blood vessels work the same way. When they are stimulated through pressure point activation, they become more elastic, more responsive to nitric oxide signals, and more capable of rapidly filling with blood when needed. For men over 50, vascular stiffness is the #1 mechanical reason morning erections disappear. Understanding this gives men something powerful, a sense of agency. You are not passively aging. You are actively maintaining the health of your blood vessels with your own 2 hands. That feeling of taking command changes how men carry themselves, how they approach each day, how they see their own future. Take Eugene, 74, a quiet gentleman who had not discussed this issue with any doctor in over a decade. He had recently started seeing someone new after losing his wife, and he was terrified his body would not cooperate. I showed him the P6 technique and a simple evening routine. 6 weeks later, he said, "Dr. Gray, I feel like I have been given a second chance. I did not think this was possible at my age." The look on his face was not just relief, it was dignity, restored. Benefit number 4, and this is the one most men miss. It reduces cortisol that is silently destroying your erections. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone, and when it is chronically elevated, which it is in most men over 50, it suppresses testosterone, impairs nitric oxide signaling, and constricts blood vessels. It is like pressing the brake and the gas at the same time. Clinical studies have shown that P6 stimulation measurably reduces cortisol within minutes. When cortisol drops, testosterone gets room to work, nitric oxide increases, and the conditions for natural morning erections are restored. Benefit number 5. It retrains your body's natural nighttime erection cycle. You are supposed to have 3 to 5 erections during REM sleep. These nocturnal cycles keep your erectile tissue elastic and your neural pathways active. When they diminish, the tissue weakens. Performing P6 before bed primes your parasympathetic system to engage deeply during sleep, supporting those maintenance cycles. Over weeks of consistent practice, morning erections return as a natural result. I think about Douglas, 67, a recently retired truck driver. He told me, "Doc, I have not woken up with anything in so long I forgot what it felt like." He committed to the protocol every morning and night for 1 month. When he came back, he was emotional. He said, 3 mornings last week, 3. I had almost given up. And then he said something that stuck with me. It is not even about the erection. It is about knowing my body still works. Quick pause. If you are finding value in this, hit subscribe. I share new health insights for men over 50 every week, and what is coming next is something you will not want to miss. So here is your simple action plan. Step 1, locate the P6 point. Inside of your wrist, 2 finger widths below the wrist crease, between the 2 tendons. Step 2, Every morning, within 5 minutes of waking, press firmly on P6 on each wrist for 30 seconds. Step 3. Every evening, 30 minutes before bed, repeat the technique while taking 5 slow, deep belly breaths. Inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6. Step 4. Be consistent for at least 3 weeks. This is not overnight. It is a physiological retraining process. Your blood vessels need time to respond. Your nitric oxide pathways need time to rebuild. That is it. 4 steps. No pills, no devices, no cost. Just your hands, 60 seconds a day, and a little patience. I want you to hear something important. If you have been waking up morning after morning, feeling a quiet sense of loss or frustration, you are not broken. Your body is not failing you. It is asking for support that nobody ever taught you how to give it. The blood vessels can become flexible again. The nitric oxide can be restored. Even after 60, 70, 80 years of life, you are capable of vitality, strength, and connection you thought belonged to a younger version of yourself. It is never too late to begin. If this video gave you hope, give it a like so other men can find it. Leave a comment below. Type the word restore if this resonated, or tell me what topic you want me to cover next. Share this with a brother, a friend, someone who might be silently struggling. And subscribe so you never miss my weekly health insights for men over 50. You might be the reason another man wakes up tomorrow feeling alive again. I am Dr. Fiona Gray, reminding you that after 50, vitality is not lost. It is simply waiting for you to awaken it. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.